Okay, so as you guys can probably tell, I have absolutely no makeup on, and I'm going to first explain how my skin is, how my complexion is, and all that, so let's go ahead and get into that. So as you guys could probably tell, I don't really have that many issues with acne or breakouts. I don't have any current breakouts right now, which is super good. But once in a while I'll get a breakout or two on my chin. Sometimes it'll be on my nose, and that's basically my main area. It's just my T-zone because that's where the most oil produces. And around my cheeks sometimes I'll just have one here and there. But mostly it's just around that T-zone area. And I have oily skin, so I do have to use a foundation that is for oily skin, or else my skin will start getting really oily during the day. So any other foundation that it doesn't work for oily skin doesn't work for me because I have an issue with oily skin. So that is basically it about my skin. I think having oily skin is definitely a disadvantage because if you have a really good foundation, it gives excellent coverage, but it's going to break you out because it makes your skin oily. That's just going to be an issue right there. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I'm going to take is my Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturizer. And you want to make sure that even what type of skin you have, if you have dry skin, if you have normal skin, if you have oily skin, you always want to make sure that you're using a moisturizer. Even I have oily skin, but I need to make sure I use a moisturizer because if you don't moisturize your skin before you put on foundation, your skin is going to produce more oil because your skin is going to be stripped of all the moisture that it just got after you washed your face, and assuming that you wash your face before you put on your makeup. But you're going to strip all the moisture off of your face when you wash it, and if you don't moisturize it, then your skin is going to start telling the cells in your skin to start producing more, like the oil glands in your face to produce more oil, and that's probably, and you're like, oh, I don't want to use a moisturizer because that's going to make my skin oily. But make sure you're always using moisturizer. And this one is also going to moisturize dry skin and help prevent and treat pimples. So I've really been liking this one. So the foundation that I'm going to be using today is the Revlon Colorstay Foundation for combination oily skin. This is probably the best foundation I've ever used before. It's amazing, and it gives amazing coverage, and it helps my skin less oilness. So I like to put a little bit of this onto the back of my hand. Make sure you've washed your hands before you're applying your foundation because you do not want to put more bacteria and germs on your face. So I just like to take a little bit of that onto the back of my hand, and I like to mix that with the Pro Longwear Concealer from MAC because this is too dark for me. I don't know if you guys could tell, but this is too light for me, and I just like to take a pump of this because this is a concealer and it's like really light. So I like to mix those together. So then after I have the mixing, when I mixed it with a finger, then I'm just going to take that finger and just create some Indian treble marks. I find that with the brush that I'm using, it's easier to dot it on your face before you blend it out because this foundation, the thing about it is that it dries really fast. And if you have the foundation on the brush, I always find that I don't need that much foundation on my forehead since my forehead, I never get any pimples on my forehead. My forehead is really even. It's the darkest color. So I always find that I apply too much foundation there, so you always put the amount of foundation that you want there. So I'm going to be using my Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki brush from Sigma. This is my absolute favorite foundation brush ever. It is super amazing, and it has helped my skin so much. Just the way that my skin looks. Not obviously the way that it actually is. And I just like to stipple this around and kind of do a buffing motion like this. And you always want to make sure that you're blending down your neck to give the most natural look. So just sometimes if I need a little extra coverage somewhere, I'll just add another quick thin layer. Just make sure you don't cake this up too much, because you want a nice natural looking foundation. And I'm also going to just blend this down my neck again because I'm wearing this shirt today. I always like to kind of blend it near my chest area. And on the ears. I usually don't go on the ears, but just for the heck of it. and right into the hairline. This, if you really want to take a long time on your foundation, the way to do it is to make it look more natural. You want to make your foundation look like that is your skin. So the best way is to blend. Blending, there's a helicopter and it's really close to my house. I feel like it's like flying over my house right now. Bye-bye, helicopter. My ring finger, and with a little bit of the, oops, I didn't say what it was. It's the Neutrogena 3-in-1 Eye Concealer for the eyes. I like to take a little bit of that and just apply that right under my eye area. And I like to use a yellow tone concealer because this is gonna brighten the purple, because I have a lot of purple under your eyes. A lot of people have different under eye circle colors depending on your heritage. You know, people who have a different heritage have darker under eye circles. But I have purple under eye circles, and purple with purplish blue. I like to use a more yellow tone concealer, and some people like to use orange or like a salmon color because that reduces like the brownish, I think. Yeah, I think it's brown. I'm not really sure though. Or blue. I'll have to check on that, but I'll do a video on that of like saying like the best concealers for the different color of under eye circles. So a lot of people will be like, I love this concealer, it's amazing for my under eye circles, and someone will go out and buy it, but it won't work for them because their under eye circles are different colors. So some people have blue, purple, and brownish. Brownish, like you're dead, like vampire under eye circles. And I just like to make sure that's all the way blended. And since I don't have any breakouts right now, I'm not using a concealer on the rest of my face. But if I did, I would usually just use this Neutrogena under eye concealer because to be honest, this doesn't really do anything to my eyes in particularly, except for the fact that it's yellow toned. It says it's an eye cream and that it's SPF 20, but I don't really notice any difference in my eyes for the eye cream part. So that's it for my under eyes. And now I'm going to finish all of my foundation with a powder. So I'm going to be using my Bare Minerals foundation, my powder foundation. This is a really, really good powder for setting your foundation. So you only need a little bit just to go a pretty long way. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that and apply that on your T-zone if you're like me, because I'm oily. If you don't need powder, don't use it if you have dry skin. It's only for people who really have oily skin, or if you just want to make sure that your foundation is going to last all day. A lot of people use it for that. And this is in the color Golden Fair, just by the way. So that is it for the rest of my foundation. I am now going to finish all of the rest of my eye makeup and the rest of my face makeup, like blush, bronzer, and highlighter, which I'm going to be using the NYC bronzer and the High Beam by Benefit and the Candid Coral blush by e.l.f., I think, or actually Well Dressed by MAC, and I will let you guys tune in on that. So I hope you guys absolutely enjoy this video, and I will talk to you guys later in my next video. Please leave any requests you guys have down below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.